What do you think? Is the Trump regime using ICE to enforce laws, or are they using them to intentionally provoke domestic conflict?
I think they're intentionally provoking domestic conflict by enforcing laws.
Right, like why does this have to be an or? They're doing both of these things.
I think if you're trying to start a civil war, it kind of puts a damper on the law enforcement part of your job. I feel
Not
like that
necessarily.
one kind of...
Everyone's always breaking laws all the time now, so if you selectively enforce who gets prosecuted, then, you've already started the civil war while looking like the law and order party.
If you're a domestic terrorist for trying to protest
Criticize
ICE,
Christians,
then that bar is so low that it includes most Americans. But yeah, I just thought we could get like a little bit more into this.
Let's do it.
So I think that ICE is being used to intentionally provoke domestic conflict. I've been feeling pretty bad and pessimistic about this, and I would love to get some pushback on this theory. Like one piece of evidence for this is that the leadership seems hell-bent on protecting all ICE agents regardless of bad behavior. We just had ICE agent Jonathan Ross murder Renee Good in cold blood, a protester at an ICE enforcement sort of action, shot her 3 times in the head as she was driving away. The Trump administration has backed Jonathan Ross to the hilt. J.D. Vance came out and claimed that Jonathan Ross acted on his training and he has absolute immunity. Kristi Noem gave a statement to that effect. One interesting sort of note from her statement is she gave it on a podium that says, "One of ours, all of yours," just like a threat to the American people. Basically, if you attack ICE, we'll kill all of you.
Is that what that means?
One of ours, all of yours? What do you think that means?
I don't know. It just seems incoherent. But you're saying, it's like an eye for an eye, but it's like 50-50.
Take out one of ours, we'll kill all of you.
Yeah, it's pathetic. Go on, continue.
So basically, I read this as they want to reward bad behavior. They don't want to just excuse bad behavior. They want to reward it.
Well, I mean, it's not like they're like paying him, like a bonus. It's not like, to be fair. They are just excusing it, right? They're not encouraging it in like the sense that
they're praising it, right? They're not just saying like, it's a tough job. Like they're not saying anything like it's unfortunate that this woman was killed, right? Like I haven't heard anything like that. Maybe that just is the social media bubble that I'm in. But like that doesn't seem to be the general tone that they're striking. Is that like, it's a hard job and he justifiably felt like his life was in danger, and so he used deadly force, like which is his right. Like if that's what they're saying, that's one thing. But no, they're like, he was awesome.
All right, that's
she
fair.
was a terrorist. She was a domestic terrorist.
He acted on his training. He was doing, in their mind, he was doing exactly what he was supposed to be doing, which I interpret as it is good that he was shooting protesters.
Right. So like, I think you're right to say they're rewarding, or I would say incentivizing, trying to create a system where this is widespread. I think like we've seen this with fraud and white collar crime, where Trump is like pardoning left and right white collar criminals. And if they bribe him or if they're like aligned with him politically, he thinks he's trying to, create this atmosphere of bribery, trying to destroy this sort of system where people follow laws. And so this definitely felt to me like they're trying to move beyond that into the violent crimes arena and trying to create a system where it's like, oh, you can just like commit violent crimes against liberals and we'll praise you and call them domestic terrorists. So yeah, it definitely has that feel. Yeah, which is really freaking disturbing.
Yeah,
like
it's
to
just
hear that.
like when you selectively enforce the law like that, you create classes of people, right? Like they're creating a class of people with absolute immunity from prosecution and a persecuted class. And the absolute immunity class, the favored class, is the thugs.
Secret police.
Yeah, the secret police.
Complete with masks.
Yeah, so I think they're also selecting for this kind of behavior. My evidence for this is that they really rushed their recruitment drive.
Wait a minute. Sorry, hold on a second. Maybe we should go join ICE. $50,000 signing bonus?
Yeah.
You have to stay for 6 months or whatever, I think, or you have to pay it back.
I mean, we could just not shoot anyone.
Maybe. You hope.
Well, I don't know if you get the money if you don't shoot anyone. I noticed when I was looking at your notes that you wrote them, and that puts you out of qualification for being an ICE officer. I got this news story here. ICE shooting comes after bombshell probe finds new recruits can barely read or write. If you're hiring people who can't read and write, your recruiting standards are not just negligent. I think they are nefarious. The 50,000 signing bonus, they're giving guns to people with pending criminal charges, doctor's notes saying that they're unfit for service, they can't write, they can't read. They're failing open book tests. They can barely
they can't read.
Yeah, I mean, cut them some slack, Phil. What good's an open book test if you're illiterate?
It does sound...
if it's not an open
it starts
TikTok
to sound kind of
test.
elitist, I suppose.
Books.
I'm really hammering the illiterate today.
You know, most people who are illiterate are not ICE agents, dude. They're probably perfectly nice.
Yeah.
Actually, most illiterate
true.
people are probably children, so statistically. I'd like to believe that's true, at least.
There are barely any children in ICE. Just like one or two trench coat kids stacked up on top of each other.
Yeah, I mean, I think you're right, Phil. I mean, I think this is basically the plan, is, totalitarian or whatever, authoritarian takeover, military takeover.
So what should the counter plan be?
The counter plan is to win in November, big time, and to get Congress to assert its power of oversight.
Boy, you don't want much, do you? I thought the first goal was hard enough, but the second one, dude.
I think that if
now, I'm not saying we're gonna cancel elections. They'd call me a dictator.
Yeah, yeah, those slanderers.
I'm just saying it's probably time for a backup plan.
Everyone can use logic to think about what does it mean if there's no elections in 2026. We're at war with Greenland, have to cancel our elections. Everyone knows what that would mean.
Means it's been the biggest, nastiest I told you so that has ever been told.
Just high off the top ropes, plunging down with a vengeance.
That would be time for some serious civil disobedience, let me put it that way. But yeah, I expect reasonably free and fair elections in 2026. And, here we are in 2026. It's been a couple days since this shooting, and everything seems like it's going the bad guy's way. But, it's not a given that this guy is going to get away with it. And, it's been a year, right, of Trump 2.0. We're very close to his 1 year. And this is one, obviously there have been many abuses by ICE, but the killing of a U.S. citizen in such a blatant sort of in this sort of manner, this is a first, but it's only one in 1 year. That's a long way away from, police state takeover, totally suppressing the citizens of this country. So there's a long way from this to no elections. And I think these guys are going to get spanked in November, and then they're going to be the minority. And then we're going to see investigations, and we're going to see accountability, and heads are going to roll metaphorically.
So I'm going to devil's advocate myself a little bit here. If you really wanted just thugs, you would train thugs. You wouldn't necessarily just hire whoever and kind of hope that their bad training would result in violence.
You gotta get somebody who's got at least a Bachelor of Arts in thuggery, dude.
I think that they do this whole chaos thing, but they are kind of neoliberals in that they believe in incentives, setting up incentive structures.
Yeah.
So they're good to have wide variety of people, and then they just promote the people who show reckless incompetence, right? Blind devotion, irrationality. And so
I like that philosophical continuity. They're going to let the market decide whether or not we're a police state.
Exactly. They'll let the market decide, and they're going to pay I'll pay Nazis boatloads of money.
Yeah.
But let the market decide.
I don't know how to integrate this particular bit of evidence.
Jam it in there.
They're always saying, we're not Nazis, which is something that you repeatedly have to claim if you're not a Nazi. Everyone knows that. But
I'm not a Nazi.
I will say, when there are Nazis, unapologetic Nazis, they always seem to love Trump.
But wait, hold on. Trump quote from today. About Nazis. What was it? I don't think we like them.
Strong stuff. Boy, he really slammed them.
I mean, it's a lot stronger than I would expect coming from him.
Yes, that's way stronger than J.D. Vance. J.D. Vance is like, we like Nazis. Love Nazis. J.D. Vance is like, I have no opinion. That's him talking. Anyway.
I wanna address some examples of unapologetic Nazis who love the current administration in terms of ascending, glaring Nazi party affiliation. So we've got the counter-protester who showed up after the murder of Renee Good by the coward Jonathan Ross. He took a bullhorn out and said, "We executed one of you yesterday. We've got a GoFundMe going for Jonathan Ross. It's up to $300,000 pro protest murder
Thank
patriots.
You for killing the liberal fund.
Yep. That GoFundMe was posted by someone who had a and let me just pull this up.
Well, it says something about our society that the lady who screamed the N-word at children got more money than him. I'm not sure if it says a good thing or a bad thing.
I mean, give him time. It's only been a couple days.
I swear.
Yeah, I don't even know it says something, I guess. What does it say?
I don't know, but it does say something. All right?
This was the thumbnail for the person who posted the ICE agents GoFundMe.
Lovely.
Just,
yeah, but rock beats scissors, and scissors beats paper.
Politically, who are the scissors? I guess the peace activists?
Pacifists.
Yeah, pacifists beat fascists.
Or is it like
historically? I think that's a little dubious. And then, also just saw this interesting picture from a Los Angeles City Council meeting, the first of the year. A guy showed up with a swastika sweatshirt and spent his whole 3 minutes of commentary praising Trump. This is before the Renee Good stuff. So he was already at that level of excited for fascism before the murder. Yeah, I can only imagine how excited he is now.
Let me just make sure this isn't like one of my neighbors. Okay. No, I don't know this guy.
Yeah.
Oh my God, it's me.
Oh man, I blacked out last Tuesday.
I gotta stop hitting the Xanax.
It's a rare case of a were-Nazi. Far scarier in the modern age than a werewolf.
All right. Well, that's enough good, wholesome fun.
Wrap it up. Sum it up.
Okay. So I got one more piece of evidence that ICE is not just there to enforce the immigration law. This happened a couple weeks ago. DHS posted a deportation goal of 100 million people.
What?
That's a lot of people.
I would chalk this one up to innumeracy. I know you're going to say they're thinking the 20 million illegal immigrants and the 80 million people who voted for Joe Biden. But I think they
that's
just
interesting.
Can't count.
I was just going to say the non-white population of the U.S. is about 138 million.
Well, plus they also count as a deportation when they turn them back at the border, right? So it could be people trying to get in.
Then you could definitely count that as more deportations. Yeah, that's a generous reading of that, I'd say. But yeah, I think innumeracy for this one is actually a more solid explanation of what was going on there.
Like a certain bald Austin Powers villain asking for ransom.
Yeah.
Sorry, I looked at the notes and I saw the name Kristi Noem, and it just made me annoyed and aggravated. She definitely
Are you feeling triggered?
I'm feeling triggered. I am. I might have Kristi Noem derangement syndrome. She's one of those people who can't get through a sentence without lying. And and her lies are really heinous. And man, she dresses up like a fucking idiot and poses with handcuffed deportees and accuses random lefty Americans of being domestic terrorists and lies and says people were dragged by cars and
You heard
She's
it here.
bad.
David is anti-cosplay.
It's like, if you're gonna wear a hat, if she would just wear like a Pikachu hat, I'd be okay with it. That'd be cute.
Does anyone have
Like,
any
"Aw."
good hats in reach?
Nope.
Got nothing.
I'm not a hat guy.
Came totally
I'm feeling kind of
unprepared.
Christy Nomi.
Gosh. Wait a minute. Gosh. Oh, I thought you were doing the wizard.
Yeah.
It's an option. What do you think?
Yeah,
Pretty
you look
good.
Incredible, dude.
You look
Beautiful.
too hot. You know,
Okay. All right.
Christina
Yeah, you're right.
tries to.
Well, that's been
Very-
another slam banger of an episode of the Info Hazard podcast. If you have wizard powers and can magic away these problems, then, leave a spell in the comments.
Or just
And-
do it. Just
or just
magic
do it.
away the problems. What the hell are you waiting for?
Yeah, or you can get some plausible deniability. Write your spell down in the comments, and I'll cast it for you. And we'll catch you on another good episode of Info Hazard. Goodbye.
Good episode.
Yeah.
Nice.
Awesome.